Hey guys, Kuzumi Taiga here, and on Facebook you will know me as Wayne Chia. That's my real name anyway. Today is Tuesday and it's the evening. Since yesterday for the last couple of days, it has been a rather huge logistical nightmare for me, considering that I have had a large amount of keyboard orders from customers about 10 days ago from different people. I had customers requesting for Magic Force 68 keyboards, in which I obliged. I contacted the supplier in China, and here it is. They sent them over. It's a rather good keyboard, but it's not for everyone. It's really, really tiny. Last night I received them, and also the E-elements Rgb keyboard. I'll talk more about this in a while. I'll even show you the comparisons and everything. It's an Rgb keyboard for only 230 ringgit. This is the cheapest Rgb keyboard that I have ever come across anywhere, not just in Malaysia, in the US as well, in Amazon. There is no Rgb keyboard that is under 230 ringgit. No. Aside from the Lingyi batch, I received a huge batch of it this morning. If you're watching this and you ordered from me 10 days ago, you probably have received it already, because I will not be posting this video until maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I'll need time to edit, of course. Right, Ola RGB keyboards, the one that I have been raving about. RGB keyboards with Gateron switches, they're really good, but I do not recommend them all the time. My principal recommendation has always been Lingyi keyboards. Although it does not have RGB lighting, it is really affordable and it really comes with a lot of quality for the price. So yeah, I'll be spending a lot of time packing up all the consignment notes and everything. Behind the camera right there, there's actually about more than half. This is like less than half of the keyboards that I have with me right now. There's a whole bunch of them behind the camera, and it's a mess behind there. I haven't had the time to test them all out before sending them out. The purpose of me posting this video today, it's to show you the comparison to start, because I have a lot of keyboards with me right now. It gives me the opportunity to make valid comparisons between all the RGB keyboards that are popularly available on the market right now. You have the Razer Blackwidow Chroma. A customer traded in this unit last week for an Ola RGB keyboard because he felt that this keyboard is not really that great for him, and he has been using it for nearly a year. It feels like it's breaking apart. So I was like, okay, I don't think a mechanical keyboard will break apart so easily, especially within a year. So I just gave him a unit of an Ola RGB keyboard. We traded, and this is a Corsair K95 Rgb keyboard. This keyboard retails at about 799 ringgit. 799 ringgit. It's nearly 800 bucks. It's really expensive for a keyboard, but I figured that since many people were interested in getting K70 RGB keyboards or K95 RGB keyboards, and the prices are just well above 600 ringgit, I felt like I should make a valid comparison between this keyboard with the keyboards that I'm selling, considering that my keyboards are less than half the price of this bloody keyboard. It is a good keyboard, granted, it's a very good keyboard, but it has a lot of flaws as well, which I will cover in the next part of this video. I haven't recorded it, but I will. Moving on. Magic Force keyboards over here, and also I had received a order for Motospeed keyboards. It's over here. I'll show you the test unit and everything. All these keyboards and the ones behind the camera are reserved keyboards. Customers have paid deposits for it, or they have paid the full payment for it, and so they are not in any means ready stock. If you want to order from me, just let me know, pass me a small deposit, and I'll get you your keyboard, and it will reach within 9, 10, 11 days roughly. Usually never more than that. And one important reason to get a keyboard from me is that I give warranty. I'm a mechanical keyboard enthusiast, and I also want my customers to be happy. That's why you don't have to, you can get it from other people, but you can get it from me as well, primarily because I supply warranty. And how long is this warranty? For as long as I sell keyboards. That's right, you've heard me. Some people, they give you 1 week's warranty or a month's warranty. I used to give a week's warranty and a month's warranty, but no more, because I felt that when you're buying a mechanical keyboard, you should want to use it for a very long time. and I will be selling mechanical keyboards for I think quite a while, hopefully, if the continuous support that you guys have given me is continuing, of course. And for as long as I sell mechanical keyboards, you can look for me, and I will gladly oblige. Either I will give you a oh my goodness, what's wrong with my English? Okay, I'll get you a replacement unit, or I will fix it for you. Usually, there hasn't been much cases of warranty claims, but one reason you would want a warranty to give you a peace of mind, and Chinese keyboards are just like branded Corsair keyboards and Razer keyboards. They do come with manufacturer defects sometimes. So it is important that when you're buying a keyboard from someone, or rather you're getting one for yourself, you might want to have a backup plan to avert to if the keyboard you get, it's not working perfectly fine. Exactly. So yeah, one important kind of a sales point from my end is that I want to give customers assurance, hence get it from me. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Right, in the next part of this video, I will be showing you the comparisons between RGB keyboards. The RGB keyboards that I have in stock right now, I have the Blackwidow Chroma, Corsair K95 Rgb, the Ola Wings of Liberty RGB keyboard, Motospeed Rgb. This Motospeed Rgb is similar in design to the Lingyi keyboard, a bit smaller, but really similar design to the Lingyi keyboard, whereby it is metal and it has this switch that is above the plate, not below it. And yeah, it's generally what I recommend if you want an RGB keyboard but you do not like the design of Ola or any other keyboards and you prefer the Lingyi design, you should get this. This is 270 ringgit. About 40 bucks upgrade in cost for RGB lighting, which is not bad, it's using Ultimo switches as well, same like the Lingyi. And what else is there to talk about? I don't think there's anything else to talk about, so let's move on to the next part of the video where I will show you the RGB comparisons. Oh right, I also have a Tesoro Excalibur Spectrum incoming, but the problem is it's coming in tomorrow. The customer is trading in his Spectrum for one of these keyboards, I forgot which, and maybe I will post a follow-up on the comparisons between all the RGB lightings, but for now, the things that I will compare: Ola, Blackwidow Chroma, E-elements RGB, it's Z88 by the way, they call it Super Scholar, I have no idea why. The Corsair, spoiler alert, the Corsair has the dimmest lighting of all the keyboards. This is primarily because of Corsair's back plate, which is black in color, and black does not reflect light well, so there's nothing much that they can do about it. If you really like Corsair products and like bright RGB lighting, I do recommend that you get this Corsair Strafe instead. It is really bright, it is really nice, but pretty expensive, about 619 ringgit, I recall. I had a test unit a few weeks back, but I sold it off. Right, oh, also, no, that's nothing much to talk about. Okay, that's enough talking. Over here, I have quite a few RGB keyboards to show you guys. Now, let's start from the left. Okay, over here, I have an Ola Wings of Liberty RGB mechanical keyboard. It is a mechanical keyboard that is powered by Gateron switches. That's right, you heard me, Gateron switches. For mechanical keyboard enthusiasts, we find that Gateron switches are the higher quality kinds of mechanical key switches that you can get for mechanical keyboards. Why is this important? Because Gateron switches are expensive. Not for this keyboard. This keyboard is priced just under 300 ringgit and it comes with RGB lighting. In my opinion, it is really worth the price, and even my pricing is cheaper than Amazon's, which is retailing for about 76 US dollars. That's way more than 290 ringgit already, thanks to our currency rate. Yay! Now, let's move on to the next one. Oh, by the way, if you're looking at flickering on the video, please be rest assured that this is a shutter speed problem in real life. The lighting will be perfectly fine. It will not flicker or anything like that. Now over here, the next one is the Motospeed RGB mechanical keyboard. Now, I have to tell you that all the mechanical keyboards after this that I'll be talking about, with the exception of Razer and Corsair, they will be using OTEMU switches. So this one is using an OTEMU switch. An OTEMU switch is also a rather good quality switch. In my opinion, it's still better than Razer and Kale switches. My opinion, they are significantly louder. Actually, not significantly louder, they are a little bit louder compared to the Cherry MX and Gateron switches, which can be a good thing. It's very satisfying to be typing on it. You can hear yourself. Oh wait, I'll need the voice recorder. Compared to the Gateron. So yeah, moving on, there is the keyboard that I wanted to talk about earlier. This is the E-elements RGB mechanical keyboard, and it is using OTEMU switches, and in my opinion, actually not my opinion, it's pretty known that this is probably the cheapest mechanical keyboard that has RGB lighting around. It's at 230 ringgit, still a bit expensive, but at 230 ringgit, you get a keyboard that changes color. In my opinion, you can't find that anywhere else on the planet. It's really, really affordable. And like the Gateron Aula keyboard and the Motospeed, you can change the lighting modes. You can change them to single lighting. And as you can notice, the LEDs are not that bright. This is because the plate of it, the base of this keyboard, is made of black metal. It's painted black and it's metal, so they don't reflect light that nicely. It's quite similar to the Corsair K70 and K95, whereby it's not really bright. That's something for you to keep in mind. The brighter ones would definitely still be the Aula and the Motospeed. Now, the next one. Okay, the next one. This, I'm sure you would recognize this keyboard. This is the Razer Blackwidow Chroma. It's a rather old keyboard. Came out in late 2014, and it still uses traditional RGB LED modes. I mean, the lighting bulbs are traditional, whereby they are no longer mounted to they are not yet mounted to the PCB, so they are really prone to LEDs dying. And one thing that I've come to notice upon getting this mechanical keyboard last week is that when I was cleaning it, I noticed that the function key does not come with any RGB bulbs. I have no idea why. I've asked around in the mechanical keyboard club. I asked the other owners, and they said, yeah, for Razer and Tesoro RGB keyboards, their function key does not come with an LED bulb. I have no idea why. It seems absurd. Every other keyboard has bulbs on every switch, but not this one. The function key does not have an LED. It's just so weird, you know. Moving on. This is the K95 Corsair Rgb Keyboard. Oh, before that, this is at 580 ringgit. 580 ringgit for a bloody mechanical keyboard. I mean, sure, it looks really good, but at 580 ringgit, shouldn't you want to spend your money on something else, like an upgrade? Maybe upgrading into a solid state drive, or, you know, keeping the money aside, save up, get a better graphics card. That's what I would do. I wouldn't really get this. I wanted to get this years ago when it was new, because I figured that the RGB lighting was so beautiful, but there are more affordable options right now. I really think that you shouldn't be spending your money, your hard-earned money, especially if you're a student. I've heard of people doing part-time work just to get this kind of keyboard. I don't blame you. I would have done the same when I was younger. So yeah, something that I recommend against getting this keyboard. It's not really worth the money for a plastic keyboard as well. Maybe, okay, a branded keyboard that you can consider getting would be the Corsair Strafe RGB. Corsair Strafe RGB's lighting is just as pretty, just as bright. This is the brightest of them all, by the way. Just as bright. Also plastic construction, but the quality just feels a lot better, and it's using cherry switches and not Kale switches. Kale switches are something that us mechanical keyboard enthusiasts really don't pay much attention about, because it's just not that great. Gaterons are better. Ultimo is not better, but it is more affordable, so that's one very positive point to consider. Okay, over here is the Corsair K95 Rgb keyboard. Nothing much to say about this keyboard. You can Google it around. It's really quite well known. A lot of people have complained about it, flaws or whatever, but I think it's a very nice keyboard. But just a little bit of a problem. It's 799 ringgit. For a 799 ringgit keyboard, I really don't think it's worth your money. The LEDs are not as bright as Razer, not as bright as the Ola, and I don't know. It feels premium. Sure, it's made of metal, totally metal. Design is nice, but if I had the money, I would. The only Corsair keyboard that I would actually consider would be a Corsair Strafe keyboard, the Strafe RGB. That's very nice, but I wouldn't really consider getting a K70 unless you really like the design. It's the same, I would say, of E-elements Z77 anyway. Those people who really like that kind of design, they can go for that. But in my opinion, it's more style than substance. Although this is pretty handy. It comes with some volume rocker. That's kind of nice. Now the last one that I want to talk about, it's not an RGB keyboard. This is the Lingyi mechanical keyboard, which I have been selling by the hundreds for a while now. It's a 230 unit keyboard. Now, this is important. I need everyone to pay attention on this. When someone is advertising a mechanical keyboard and claims that it is RGB, there is one very important detail that you need to keep in mind. This is not an RGB keyboard. I don't know how to stress this out more. The bulbs cannot change in color. It is fixed. You can see the lining here. It's straight white, straight red, straight yellow, because it is not an RGB keyboard. It is meant that you can't fix it and you can't change the lighting. I've seen posts on Facebook groups and forums. I bought a mechanical keyboard, but I don't know why I cannot change the color. The seller told me it's RGB keyboard. Then I'm like, okay, what keyboard is it? Oh, Lingyi lor. I was like, why didn't you buy a Lingyi keyboard from me? I would have explained to you that this is not an RGB keyboard. It is a straight fixed keyboard. Lingyi does not make RGB keyboards. They make this keyboard. This is a damn good keyboard, by the way. It's a really good keyboard. It comes with premium braided cable, and there is a variant that without LED, it's only at 150 ringgit and 160 ringgit. If you are interested, just let me know. It is really worth your money. If RGB is not something that you're really interested in, like the others, or you just feel like it's a waste of money, I seriously recommend getting this keyboard, because this one, compared to the Ola, I find this one to be a much more worth your money kind of keyboard. I sell the Ola, I sell the Motospeed, and I sell the E-elements, but this, my opinion and many others, we find that it is the best money can get you. The best budget keyboard, mechanical keyboard that you can get in the market right now. And what's more, this is a direct from factory stock, whereby I do not sell these keyboards by ready stocks. They are made to order. When you order through me, I'll have to notify the factory to create the keyboard, and then only they will start creating this keyboard. Never earlier. It is very good. Although the LED modes, I wish they made single color LEDs, but they just do not listen to that kind of requests unless I can order more than 200 units at once, which obviously I'm not going to do. What else is there to talk about? I don't think there's much to talk about other than all this, but if you have any questions, please, you can post in my YouTube video comments, or you can just message me directly. Those of you who know me on Facebook, those of you who knows me on Loudred forums, you can just message me there. I've had quite a few Europeans messaging me, and even one gentleman from Philippines as well. He messaged me, he asked me questions, and I happily oblige. You know, it's, although I can't sell him the keyboards, I can't sell them the keyboards, it is good to have the ability to spread awareness and spread knowledge about this kind of keyboards. They are really, really good keyboards, and I really think, as far as mechanical keyboards are concerned, you should really give China a chance. After all, they are trying to save your money. So yeah, that's all for this segment. Oh yeah. There are a lot of lighting modes. Really already a lot of lighting modes. I just don't know how to show them all to you. But woohoo! Fun. This one has a function as well. I'm just looking for. Right, here we go. The animation on this one is only single color, if you notice. Well, this one is like rain mode, you see. This is the Motospeed, hola. Motospeed, the elements. Skipping this two, you already know that. Killing me. You can adjust the speed, of course. Be as slow or be as fast. Yep.